You know what else is a good idea? Starting this podcast. Hello, internet!
I don't know, is it?
I'm with
Welcome
Arnold on this.
to
It's a bad
Fanfiction
idea.
Contempt Theater 9004, episode 21, with your host, SneakyDevil. Got Max Force, Atin, and the Norwegian tonight. So,
Indeed.
that means we should start off with something quality, something top-notch, something we haven't touched in a while. How do you guys feel about Bloodborne and Ruby?
I feel like that's a festering pool of sadness and that I should just go watch HoloLive EN.
You could.
I'm with Atin on this one, honestly.
You could.
I was going to say,
Or-
one of the rare times Arn and I will be in complete unreserved agreement.
Or
Indeed.
we can read this story. Because believe me, I would much rather be watching them play Don't Starve as well. Because apparently they got all of the mods that someone made for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, for a second I was hoping that the announcement was that they're just in the game now.
That would have been fun. Might actually have gotten the game then.
I mean, you can always get the
Did-
mod for it.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
Arn, did
not
they
the same, though. It's not the same.
because I missed the beginning.
Hmm.
Did they
I
actually
didn't
make
watch
what the
the beginning
announcement is,
either.
or is that
I
at
think the
the end?
announcement's afterwards.
Probably afterwards, yeah. I haven't watched the start either, because I was setting up my VR.
I'm gonna take a wild stab at this before we start.
You want to watch my stream?
I'm gonna take a wild stab and say that it's probably gonna be the 3D debut.
Maybe. Merch, perhaps.
Merch in 3D. Yeah, that's my two guesses.
I mean, I think it's probably just going to be merch because it's only the half year, not the year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
might
but
be off.
like half of them are more popular than the entire than the rest of the entire HoloLive cast who do have 3D models.
I would say, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fair. They're kind of kicking. Well, I think my favorite part is they're kicking the shit out of some of like the Gen 2s and Gen 3s.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, if you even look, it's like I was actually looking at the Playboard recently, comparing stats like how many videos to how much money they've gotten and stuff like that, and
It's not even close.
it's not even fucking close. Like, oh yeah, sure, they currently have more money than the HoloLive EN girls, but they've also made like 5 times the amount of videos.
Yeah.
So
Been
it's
going
like,
for twice, 3 times the amount of... Well, actually, more. Some of them have been going for 3 fucking years now.
yeah, I know, and I'm just sitting here and I'm just like Pecora is the only one that's remotely coming close to equaling them in income to video ratio.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oof. Ooh. Yeah, and that's when the awkward questions start up, because as we all know, Japanese companies love to snub EN, just in general. Just a trait all Japanese companies
God.
apparently have.
Listen. I'm a Gundam Versus fan.
Yeah.
I understand that.
And
It's really weird. It's even weirder with Gundam because
yeah.
Sunrise loves the Western audience. They try to get as much of their stuff over here as they can, but the guys who handle the model kits and the general merchandise fucking despise us for some reason.
And
Why
it's really
won't you-
funny because
Why won't you let me play EX Versus 2, you bastards?
it's gonna make shit really awkward. I think this whole VTube thing's actually gonna bring it to a head because now people are actually paying attention to it, and these are the sort of people that throw down a shit ton of money and aren't considered part of a niche anymore. Like, model building is still a niche,
Yeah.
and that's never really gonna break out. No one's gonna be like, "Yo, hey man, I just started my Gundam modeling today." Said maybe one person per year.
And they probably don't go up to all their friends and been like, yeah, I started this Gundam modeling thing. You should get in on it.
Yeah, pretty much. But with how popular VTubing's been and the growth rate, it's definitely becoming a.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be something. But yeah, no, it's it's bringing up some stuff that needs to be talked about. But anyway, so this is a Bloodborne...
Wait, Sneaky, are you perhaps implying that Japan has some kind of baked-in racism problem? That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, it's possible.
No
I was
way,
also
dude.
talking more about how corporations are interacting with YouTube
Yeah.
and how the idol agency goes in general as well.
Honestly, it's kind of astounding we haven't heard too many scandals about Hololive idol issues at
That's
this
because
point.
they're doing a
I mean-
very good job.
Yeah.
They've banned Kiara like 3 times now.
Well,
here's the
that's
thing, though.
YouTube that's banned Kiara, not
YouTube.
Hololive.
Yeah.
This isn't like the Ian manager has been soliciting Gura and Ame for stuff. Like, we haven't
Right,
heard
yeah.
about scandals.
As far as
Fair enough, fair
Covercore
enough.
goes, I will hand it to them. They apparently are very good at picking their employees, both talent and management.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I haven't heard anything like, you know, like when someone was like, oh yeah, it turns out one of the guys who was doing voice casting for Gundam was just like telling girls to like fuck him or he wouldn't give them jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is Bloodborne Ruby crossover. Hunter to Huntsman. Not the most original name, but I'll give you credit. It's at least sensible. After facing the horrors of the hunt and defeating the last nightmare, the hunter wakes up in a world alien to himself, yet not completely dissimilar from his own. Thus, starting the hunt anew against the creatures of the Grim.
I don't know.
The yarn
This
is
is
a
a pretty
little bit different.
world.
Yeah.
Hey, like,
Listen.
No, hang on. In Ruby, in Remnant, civilians aren't randomly
Turning
on
into
a
Grim.
frequent basis turning into Grim and
Yeah.
attacking people.
No,
Them turning into Grim is actually very, very recent.
there also isn't a major
Thank you,
religious
Miles.
organization dedicated to healing people with Grim blood that
Yeah.
turns them into animals. So it's a little minor differences, such as everything.
Yeah. The
Curious.
only similar thing they have is that they're both arguably dystopian, and Ruby just does a really bad job of showing it off.
Yeah. Hey guys, this main cast of characters are the heroes. Even though they've caused massive amounts of death and 2 nations to collapse, they're the heroes.
I mean, that's just based.
Actually, to be fair to Bloodborne, its world is implied to actually have pretty decent, like, times of peace. It's just when the hunt begins, it's a bad week for everyone.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
also seems to, like, localize itself to different areas of the world, not the entire world at once.
Yeah. Which, I mean, you know, that's fair enough. That's kind of how Lovecraftian goes. You know, really bad shit goes down, but everything else is generally okay. But yeah, no, that's fucking the most recent Ruby episodes have been
Trash.
I'll get around to seeing them because
they've been something.
Tension's not the greatest at accurately summarizing those.
No, he's not.
But
Good.
he's not necessarily wrong. I
Also,
90% of the time, he's
apparently,
completely right.
apparently Miles Luna just completely forgot about a bomb.
Uh-huh.
Just in the Grim Leviathan.
That he forgot that they planted a.
Yeah, but they forgot they planted a nuclear bomb in the Grim
That's been
Leviathan.
counted.
Okay.
Terrorist.
When the show went on break, it was like, okay, we'll send in Team Juniper to do some reconnaissance, but if you don't come back, we're planting the bomb. So I presume they didn't come back, so they planted the bomb, and now they've forgotten there's a bomb.
Yeah, the authors forgot there was a bomb because
You know,
they
I hate Chekhov's gun.
Yeah,
Because it's put this thing in people's minds where if you mention something, it has to be used, and it's as stupid as the couch is blue because the author was depressed.
right. No,
But if you're gonna
Chekhov's
plant
gun
a
can be
nuke-
useful though. You know,
I know Chekhov's gun can be useful. This is one of the answers. Like, this is a Chekhov's gun, guys. You have to use this because you planted a nuke with the explicit purpose of using it.
yeah.
So use it.
I was say, yeah, like, on one hand, I was about to be like, well, hold on, Max, but no, I fully agree with him. Like, look, there's a reason that a kind AI voice politely informs you that a nuclear launch has been detected every time it happens in StarCraft.
So you can shit yourself temporarily as you wonder what's about to be annihilated.
I mean, unless you're a Korean and then you find the slightly discolored blur on your map and infest bomb it.
Fair enough.
But for the rest of
Yeah.
us, the words nuclear launch detected is kind of a problem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
My
to a certain
current
extent.
favorite
I
is building
can't-
5 ghost academies, and
I
just being
can't
like,
wait to see the
haha.
episode that sparked this conversation, so I
Yeah.
can be like, all right, how badly did they fuck it up? Oh, good, they did it even worse than I expected.
By the way,
the whole
Fully
thing's fucking
expect
cringe.
to think that.
Apparently, Ozpin just pulls powers out of his asshole to start fighting Salem with, and apparently
Oh,
it's
good.
not Oscar anymore; it's Ozpin again.
Boy, that was fast.
Yeah.
I would say. By the way,
It's
that's just one of my
expected.
favorite little things.
Yeah.
Is that don't worry, the hosts, they become one with Ozpin and he becomes one with them.
Yeah, it's
that
dumb.
doesn't really seem like that's what's happening here. It seems like poor Oscar's getting shafted out of a life.
Yeah, kind
Yeah,
of. Pretty
When
much.
they first introduced the concept of they merge, so neither one completely disappears, that's fine. It's still kind of terrifying,
Still
but at
pretty
least
sketch.
you know that you have a you know that you will still have a say in the legacy that comes from this body.
And also,
But-
compounded on that, Max, the other important compounding of that is that his soul, quote unquote, seeks out someone similar in temperament to him. So basically, it would try and find someone who is okay with dying to save everyone.
Yeah, or at least someone who has the potential.
Right. And so it's like, okay, fine,
Yeah, and you know what? I don't like giving Miles and Carrie credit. In fact, for all I know, it might be the third writer handling this. Oscar's got some decent character development. He's actually growing as a character, and it's
yeah,
all right, I'm not 180'd on Oscar.
From what I've been seeing from the collected, the internet autism collected remnants of, pun intended, of the various, tweets and offhanded comments on other websites and, during interviews and stuff from the third guy. Yeah, he's pretty much the only guy, he's the only person left keeping the series, even mildly coherent.
And it's weird because when I looked up to myself, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to agree with his writing, but if he's the one keeping things tolerable, even by my standards, power to him at least. At least he's doing better than Miles and Carrie did.
Jesus Christ.
Again, I'm not 180 on Oscar, but now it's all right, you know what? Someone proved that they at least understand character growth. Because Oscar has gone from farm boy to accepting that what's happening is really fucked up, and he's literally one of 2 people that can step in to fix it.
I'm gonna use
we got a proper hero's growth.
I'm gonna show my age a little bit here. And I'm gonna reference a SpongeBob episode where Squidward was teaching SpongeBob how to do art. You guys remember that? Where you draw a circle and chisel the marble.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And SpongeBob makes this great chiseling in the marble, and then Squidward defaces it to make it fit his vision of what good is, and then tries to take credit for it. And I'm starting to get the feeling from how all of this is playing out is that this is very much the same situation here, where the third author is the guy actually. I'm not gonna say he's gonna make some fucking Michelangelo chisel and shit and whatever, but he's clearly making a product, and then Miles and Luna kind of just rubbing their shit all over it and then parading it around.
I really don't know. We're never going to fully know until
we're not.
someone talks about it, or they release scripts with this part was written by Miles, this part was written by
which they're
third
never
guy.
going to do.
Well,
that would honestly be really weird.
That's not going to happen because that, let's be clear here, that never happens.
Yes.
That's not Miles and
Orange-
Carrie
Orange just
hiding
fucked up
things.
somewhere.
That's just how it goes.
Yeah, it's because we were talking about Ruby a bunch. It was my secret technique.
Of course.
I mean, it's a pretty good secret technique.
But yeah, no. So Ruby's going in a bad direction, and so instead of reading Ruby stories, this reminds me. So I've picked up 2 Zelda stories,
Oh no.
Link centric, actually incredibly good. One of them is a Link centric Breath of Wild recursion loop fanfic, in where when Link beats Ganon at the end of Breath of Wild. He has 3 days, and then time resets to him waking up. And
Okay, okay.
yeah, and that's
So-
completed, by the way.
Kind
Actually,
of
it was very
Ocarina
well
of
done.
Time, but
Interesting.
all right.
100K words, so a book, succinct in what happens.
Not
It covers all of its bases, and it gives a decent explanation if you're aware of Legend of Zelda lore. That makes you go, okay, yeah, I buy that. It's completed. That was pretty good. But I'm currently now reading one that's still updating, and it's been updating for a long time now. It's currently at 77 chapters and 1.6 million words, and it's a post Majora's Mask Link ending up in Ruby.
Huh.
Okay, that like before Ruby starts, middle of it, like
Season
What's the rough
2
outline?
ending.
all right, that's admittedly not a bad place to stick him, I guess.
No, it's also where the author started writing the story, as in when season 2 ended in
Oh.
real time is when he started writing this story.
That's ballsy.
Yeah, and on one hand, I really want to see where he's going with this story, because it's been pretty good so far. Like, you're gonna have to ignore some of the spelling, because it's very clear that he's using a word to audio to written program, because the words that are getting used sometimes sound exactly the same as other words that he intended to use. So it sounds a lot like a little tiny glitch that just wasn't caught. No misspellings. It's the correct spelling of a different word that just sounds the exact same as the word he was trying to use.
I see.
Yeah. So as long as you can forgive the occasional misspelling, and he did ended up getting 3 beta readers by chapter 4 to start looking over his stuff.
Good.
But I'm kind of worried going into this, because it is 1.6 million words. So that's a hearty investment. But he's also still updating it, which means that he's going to be looking at the new canon, and I'm kind of worried about how he's going to incorporate the new canon into his current story canon. But enough about actually good shit. We're here for the garbage.
Nice. The fun stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, the fun
the
stuff.
garbage.
Team Ruby is sent on a mission to locate and evaluate the possible threat of Remnant's new hunter, who has taken up living in Emerald Forest. Ah, yes, Team Ruby. Yes, the freshmen are going to be sent on a intel mission for the military to spy on another huntsman.
Of course. That makes perfect sense.
Definitely, that's how
That-
this goes.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Like, oh yeah, we're just gonna send students to go perform spy missions for another country's military, so they can scout out a guy killing Grimm, because he might be a threat to civilization.
Well, okay.
I mean, in Osmond's defense, for all he knows, this is one of Salem's lackeys who just didn't want to take the parasite into them for some reason.
Didn't take the black pill.
Hate you. Yeah.
But
Actually, did
no.
all of them take the parasite, or was it just
Cinder?
Huh.
Just Cinder.
Well, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, when you think about how all that works, it's like, it's not great, because how are the others not attacked?
Yep.
Tyrion will just tear through them.
No, she just tells them not to, because she can apparently control all the Grimm, but can't actually control all the Grimm.
Ow.
Just don't think about it, Max.
I can't help but think about it. It bothers me.
Ruby is going in a bad direction. That's the summary of Ruby for the past 5 years. Wolf. You aren't wrong.
Look, I'm not saying you're wrong. I am saying you're rude.
That's kind of the point.
But yeah, so this is 40 chapters with a healthy 220,000 words. So it's also completed. So hats off to the guy. He wrote it from 2015 to 2017. So not many stories get completed, but it's sort
This
of
one
like,
didn't need to be.
Yeah, it's basically that. It's sort of like when someone just absolutely, utterly fucks something up, and then you're just like, I really wish you had just not done it in the first place. I mean, congratulations on finishing the project, but you were almost better off not starting it.
That's not almost, definitely.
Kind certainly would have been better off if you hadn't started it.
Yeah.
So anyway, the day is young and fall of fright.
Probably supposed to be full, I assume.
With monsters
Hell of a typo.
that prowl this dark night. Huh?
This, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call bad English.
When the battle is won, the crows will sing. A feast has been prepared, fit for a king.
What?
Bruh.
Crows.
I'm not sure why this is an author's note. Is he ripping this quote off from something?
Probably.
Nope. Doesn't seem like it.
Doesn't look like it, no. Okay. Yep, alright, so he just randomly decided to start his author's note off with some horrendous poetry. Hey, brass leader here. So I finally decided to try my hands at writing. After some friends of mine told me about how they're still actively writing stories. And I just finished Bloodborne, so I'm like, well, might as well write a Ruby Bloodborne story.
Please don't.
I'm a huge fan of Ruby, really enjoying the show, and I can't wait for the 3rd season. Ooh.
I'm curious if we can spot a change in opinion once Volume 5 starts.
I mean, considering this guy.
Because here's the thing. Volume 4 was a slight dip in quality, but it was still enough, like, okay, surely they can, get
They
back up to
lost so many people with it, though.
But, oh, they did. Once Volume 5 hit, and we went through Volume 5, it's like, oh no. Oh, it's dead.
We got through Volume 5.
I have to say, going through old fan fictions, like, sometimes I'll search for completed stories just to see if I can't get something good out of that pile.
Oh, God.
And, like, I'll get, like, a completed Naruto story or a completed Harry Potter story that completed long before the series actually finished. And I just love seeing some of the author notes on them, where it's like, oh boy, I can't wait for book 3 or the next arc, and it's like, ooh, oh, you mean the part where it gets really dark and people die?
Goes back in time. You should probably skip that.
Also, spoiler time. Since there was no Bloodborne yet, I'll put this under Dark Souls.
Oh my god, yeah, that shit.
Yeah?
Yeah, April 11th, 2015. Yeah, that would have been before
Yeah.
Bloodborne had enough time to get a tag. Holy shit.
Well, okay.
about
Spoiler,
that?
spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. I do not own Ruby. What?
I think the spoiler might be in reference to the fact he's going to be spoiling a lot of shit, which it's fan fiction, so
Yeah,
that shouldn't need
that's
to be
what I
said.
never really got. When fanfiction authors are like, spoiler alert, I'm going to be talking about the fanfic. It's like, sorry, spoiler alert, I'm going to be talking about the fiction the fanfic's based on. It's like, that's what you're supposed to be doing?
Yeah. There it is, March 24th, 2015. Wait. Oh, that's super weird.
Hmm.
We actually got Bloodborne a full day and a half earlier than Japan did. Huh.
Interesting. Now I will say it's well, not exactly an equivalent. It's sort of like going onto a firing range and then being like, oh my god, I didn't know they used guns here.
Oh no, they're using live ammunition. Why didn't anyone tell me?
Yeah, why did anyone tell me people were gonna shoot guns here? It's like, bro. What do you think firing ranges are for? What do you think fan fiction is? I know this story. I've read a decent chunk of it. Oh, that doesn't bode well for us at all. The nightmare that stood before the hunter was taller than even the workshop he called home when it stood on its legs. As opposed to... okay. Claws large enough to crush a small stagecoach adorned its hands with 3 whip-like tails, protruding from its back, each split at the end like a flail. Each split at the end like a... What? Author, what do you think flails look like? Split at the end like a flail. What?
Probably a flagellation flail. That's my only guess, but this guy's an idiot, so it could mean anything.
Oh yeah, the flail with the little tiny spiky balls at the end of it. Yes. Okay. When you look at the real flail,
All right, what is
no,
this?
it's Darkest Dungeon.
Hmm.
I'm trying to find a picture of a flagellant. But I can't find any actual depictions of flagellant.
Aside from the old ass artwork.
Yeah. I mean, these things are called scourges, not flails. Slave whips. Yeah, I can't find anything about flagellant flails. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything about flagellant flails. I'm seeing flagellants with the whips, the broken tiny little spiky ball whip. But
Like
that's,
the cat of nine tails.
yeah, but that's not really a flail. That's a whip.
Yeah. I've seen that Sherman there though. Holy fuck. Out
Oh
of
yeah,
space.
the American engineering at work. There's mines in front of us. How do we get rid of them? Well, what if we just took a bunch of tank treads and put them onto a spinning cylinder and then spun
That's
that in
not-
front of the tank?
That's not tank treads. That's fucking chains with bolts at the end of them.
Yeah, I know. And just spun that in front of the tank and just prematurely set off all the mines.
Yeah. Yeet the mine.
It's like, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I guess that's one way to demine.
Technically works.
It works.
It's that great old thing. It's like, is it stupid? Yes. Does it work? Also, yes.
I mean, it's not really stupid either.
I think he meant split into ends to form a flail. Well, no, that wouldn't do it either. A flail is a stick with chain that attaches to a mace head. That's what a flail is. So your tail couldn't split into a chain with a mace head. In fact, we already actually have a name for a tail with a spiky protrusion.
Yes,
the end of it?
called the Thagomizer.
Yeah.
Because Gary Larson is an absolute mad lad.
The
Yeah.
Bastinator.
So I'm just I'm really confused as to what that is even supposed to mean. What he believes a flail is. Tentacles were sprouting from the head and seemed to move with a mind all their own. Blood was continuously dripping from the deformed body with abandon, staining the field even further with its mere presence. What? Staining the field even further in with its mere presence.
I think I see what he's trying to say, but don't. That.
I'm actively gaining a headache trying to fucking figure this out.
Well, have you tried not?
I'm gonna do my age-old solution.
Ah, yes, of course.
Whoa! Wowee! The hunter wore a simple leather overcoat, common to hunters, with silver bullets dangling off the front. The outfit exemplified
The
speed.
I'm sorry, hold on a minute.
Mhm.
Breaking news,
Yeah.
we finally got it. The craziest guy in California. A man who is on trial for murder is accused of having killed his wife, and then, to keep the kids from asking questions, propping her up on the couch and telling the kids she was drunk on Christmas Day while they opened presents.
Did it work?
Fucked.
Madman.
It probably did work.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know if the wife was consistently a drunk, but, like, the kids were probably a little too excited opening presents to notice.
Like, shit, man, that's fucking dark. That's gonna give kids trauma for the rest of their lives. Yeah,
Like,
it's one thing that daddy killed mommy, but it's another thing if daddy killed mommy and then propped her up on the couch next to you as you opened up Christmas presents.
And just like,
Holy
nah,
fuck,
she's drunk.
man. Holy shit. And now we're going to be sitting in anticipation for what Florida does to retaliate.
Florida man kills entire family. Weekend at Bernie's them. By the way, if you all haven't watched Weekend at Bernie's, it's a surprisingly great movie for being as old as it is.
I don't know, it's pretty good, yeah. Let's see. The hunter wore a simple leather overcoat, common to the hunters of Yarnum, with silver bullets dangling off the front. The outfit exemplified speed, above all else, lacking proper protection against beasts of the night. What's the point of wearing a leather overcoat, then?
Yes.
Indeed.
Like, no, like, if you're like, I'm gonna wear this leather overcoat because I want to be faster. Why the overcoat part? Like, I can understand a leather vest to, you know, have pockets and shit to store stuff on, you know, like easy to access areas of your body. I get that part. What I don't understand is the overcoat part, the part where it stops being a vest.
Yeah.
No, I'm aware, Isley. I'm just disgruntled at this author already.
No. You
Also, leather doesn't provide any protection, so at least they got that part right. Wearing leather doesn't actually protect you any more than wearing cloth does.
I mean,
Wow.
it depends largely on how thick the leather you're wearing is.
Just like it depends largely on how thick the cloth is you're wearing.
Yes, that is correct. And they're both good against different things.
Sort of. Properly treated leather is actually super rigid and more plate-like. So the leather you see that's like, you know, not rigid isn't properly treated and will part just like your skin would part. Now, of course, we're obviously dealing in fantasy materials here, which is why you get to do the whole, you know, the wearing a leather coat and that somehow protects them bit.
I made it dire chinchilla fur.
Someone's been playing Winverm World.
Wait, what?
The dire chinchilla. Yeah, have you not encountered one yet?
No.
Oh.
I've encountered rabid chinchillas, but not dire ones.
Let's see. On his back was a metal contraption.
And now I'm afraid to turn on Rimworld, because I'm pretty sure you've given me the dire chinchilla curse, Sneaky.
Indeed, I have. I talked to Randy Random. He said okay.
Oh, you bastard.
On his back was
you
a metal
motherfucker.
contraption in the shape of an upside-down V. Oh, wow. Rigorous detail. With a hinge of some kind. Ah, yes. Some kind of hinge. A hingey hinge. The sort of hinge that hinges. It's a hinge, author. Not of some kind. It's just a hinge. They can come in many different shapes and sizes, and if you want to be specific about it, you can certainly say it's, you know, a large, bulky hinge or a small, you know, finely crafted hinge. You know, that those are acceptable descriptors of a hinge. Saying it's a hinge of some kind is like, oh yeah, that car has wheels of some kind. It's like, why do you say of some kind? They're wheels. Unless you're gonna be specific, call them wheels. Like, why are you saying of some kind? It's like, yeah, obviously they are some kind of wheel. No shit. It's just-
Wow.
It could be a square wheel. Do we call those wheels?
I don't think we do. I can look this up real quick, but I'm gonna be upset if this is a thing that's sold.
No, I'm sure it is.
I'm sure someone somewhere sells a square fucking wheel.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wait. What?
A solid disc or rigid circular ring connected by spokes to a hub is the definition of a wheel. So, no, there can't be square wheels unless it's specifically called a square wheel, redefining the term. So, no, by basic English definition, calling something a wheel is implying that it is, in fact, circular.
Wait, oh, Sneaky. Second definition. Something resembling such a disc or ring in appearance or movement.
Yes, something resembling a disc.
Resembling the movement of the disc. If it rotates the same way.
Yeah,
Technically,
so
it goes
like
under
an
definition.
oval.
Yeah, or a square.
But a square wouldn't rotate the same way as a disc.
It would, roughly. If you give it enough power.
No, not
Yeah.
really.
No, it would. Well, if it goes fast enough.
Push it, it rotates.
Mythbusters did an episode on that I'm now remembering. Like, actually, this works out if
Yeah.
there's power behind it.
Yeah, if you get
Relatively smoothly, too.
Yeah, if you get
But
square wheels fast
at a certain
enough.
point, you're going fast enough that it's irrelevant what the original shape of the object is. It's going
Exactly.
to become circular.
That's
the
true.
point.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. That's what I was trying to say.
Still, first definition is usually what I
would say.
go
So
by.
what I'm hearing is, unfortunately, I have once again agreed with Arn.
Yes.
Indeed. The power of science.
Arn, this is twice in a day.
The slippery slope
Yeah.
increases.
I feel like is one of us about to die?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
it's probably
actually
you.
going to be sending
gonna
my
absorb you.
sacrificial cultists to your house soon.
Yeah.
I need
Oh,
a new liver,
please.
so I'll be taking yours.
You will become more racist.
Ha! You think my liver's worth taking?
Charnel Champion, thank you. Appreciate it, buddy. So anyway, I just got a follow from some fella.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Oh, that's nice of him.
I'll be damned.
Good on him.
We still get people.
Yeah, I know, right? It's really weird.
Curious.
The
I sense
battle
witchcraft.
was on a knife's edge. Wait, so hold on. In his right hand, a large curved blade with bandages wrapped around the handle for grip. Letting out a howl, the monster charged the hunter as the blood-red moon hanged. Bruh.
Yeah, cool. Excellent.
High in the night sky. So speaking of hanged, saw a very funny video today. Someone had super chatted one of the JP VTubers, Noelle, because she was doing a English learning stream. And the super chat read as follows: I can't wait for you to learn more English and get to stuff like yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, and maybe, yeah, no.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
And she reads it all out. She's like, wait, well, I don't understand.
Is there a clip?
Yes, it has been clipped.
I'll find it. Give me
Oh,
a
Thank
moment.
you.
Oh, that's
it's-
gonna be rough. I always feel bad for people trying to learn English. Like, listen, your language is kind of
There
fucked.
you go.
It's got nothing on English rules, which we throw out the
And
window the
Also,
moment.
it's great because of culture and
Thanks,
how the
Art.
words are used in the culture completely changes their definition.
Oh, don't even get started on
Because
that
it's
part.
like, you're the shit is a compliment. You are shit, insult.
Your a shit is an insult.
Yeah, it's like, oh god,
Your
come on.
shit is a descriptor.
Yeah, your shit's a descriptor. Oh god, I love that list. I actually save every single time I come across a what the fuck English post. I make sure to always save a snapshot of them because they're just so great. Where it's just like yeah. The difference between jacking off a horse and helping your uncle jack off a horse is a comma.
Yeah. Another one. Wata made the sheep got the one with reed and lead and lead.
Oh
And red.
yes.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
a
the
there
fun
it is.
one.
classic. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
love
The
I love
classic,
sending
let's
that.
confuse the beginning English speaker.
Well, not only
Yeah.
that, I also love sending that to just Europores. And just whenever we're having a discussion in English, I'll just throw that
Yeah.
out there occasionally. And their response has been always consistently, "Wait, I don't get it." I'm like,
Yeah.
exactly. Welcome to English.
I mean, I get it. Fuck you.
Yeah, but
Welcome
you,
to English.
you actually
Check
have a
your-
grasp of the English language that is beyond what a
Yeah.
majority of America does these days.
True. What a life.
What a life indeed. So anyway, the battle was fought on a knife edge for the man. Knife's edge. Multiple knives were involved in this.
Ah, I see. Multiple knives.
Right.
Mm.
Yes. Of course.
Yep. It's they're getting mascot plushies.
Knifes.
Yep.
Oh, excellent.
Nice.
Knifes.
I'm getting 3.
So not only is it the improper plural version of knife, but there's multiple.
Apparently, Ina designed all of them. Good for
This
Ina.
is not shocking. Wow, the
Yeah,
artist
wow, really?
designed them all.
No way.
The artist did all the art?
Now,
Bruh.
to be fair though to Callie, she actually does some pretty good art too.
Yeah. Drawing stream recently.
Just
Look,
way
all I'll say is
slower.
this. If I was Ina, I'd be like, I get 5% of all your sales.
There's probably some
They
background.
probably, they probably
thing,
did
yeah.
something with that.
Yeah. Would not surprise me.
The
Yeah,
true
right,
key
yeah.
to success is not
Hmm.
being successful yourself, but monetizing someone else's.
That's also fair.
Big brain. Yeah.
Also fair.
It's more big brain to do both at the same time, though.
It's true. With each blow made by the monster possibly spelling his end. Well, knowing this author, that won't be too hard. His end, yet he dodged each one by a hair's breadth. Multiple hairs were involved. No possessive form, just multiple hairs. His hair apparently breathes, and that helped him dodge the blows. Welcome to English.
That's weird. Please don't do that.
Returning with strikes of his own, each swing from the monster would put petals. Wait. Each swing from the monster would pull petals off the nearby white flowers that populated the overgrown graveyard.
Mm.
Okay? The sight could almost be called beautiful. As the man fought the nightmare in the red-soaked moonlight, as petals fell all around them. Okay. As the battle progressed, more blood was spilled by both sides. Wait, hold on. Wait, both sides? I thought you just said each blow from the monster would kill him.
Yeah, it clearly it didn't hit hard enough. Or something. I don't fucking know.
Spilled from both sides, and the once white garden was stained red. The presence circled the hunter, realizing that its normal tactics wouldn't allow it to crush the being. Thanks to the hunter, waited for a chance. Wait.
What? What?
The presence circled the hunter, realizing that its normal tactics wouldn't allow it to crush the being, while thanks to the hunter waited for a chance to deal a decisive blow? Wait, what? Wait.
I think they're saying the monster was... As far as I can tell, the TLDR is... The Grim was circling the hunter because it couldn't just slap it around, and the hunter was waiting for a chance to riposte it.
I guess. Their circling ceased as they stood still for a moment with neither moving in a very anime-like fashion. The hunter initiated the final charge. Why is it a final charge? Does he expect to die? The final charge.
Bonsai.
As he,
Glory
shout
to the
bonsai.
Emperor.
Why is it
He's
all of a
sacrificing
sudden
his
the
life for
final
Japan.
charge? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? Wait.
Banzai.
The beast swung with its right claw in an attempt to catch him mid-charge, only for its claw to tear through the leather cape. Wait, what leather cape?
The leather cape.
Where did he get a cape?
When did he start wearing a leather
Somewhere.
cape?
Oh, at some point. Who knows?
He must have put it on while he was reading the book.
Yeah, probably.
Of course.
You know, with his extra hands. The hunter stood blah blah blah. The raising the curved sword, he slammed it into the being's head, impaling it. That's not how impaling works. I'm gonna guarantee you, if I look this up, it's gonna say impaling has something to do with puncture. To pierce with a sharp stake or point.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Indeed.
So he's piercing it with the entire broadside of his sword.
That's just a slash, isn't it?
Yes. That is just a slash.
Curious.
You see, I applied the entirety of my sword's cutting edge to a stab.
Yes, Isley. He is indeed
We-
detailing about
yeah.
the moons. What tipped you off? Was it the 3 tentacles at the beginning, or was it the impaling?
Was it the blood red moon?
Look, all you really need to know is that you've missed nothing important, Isley. Because the author hasn't done anything good
Yeah,
or
basically.
intelligent.
So yeah, he impaled it on the head with the entire broadside of his sword in a slashing motion.
Nice.
Sir, have you
Not
ever
maybe
even
a slash, a
mildly
slam.
contemplated stabbing someone?
Oh yeah,
He's
right.
slamming
Sorry,
it.
he slammed it. So you know what that makes me think of?
Bonk.
It's the flat of the fucking sword, and he's impaling the entire fucking sword in simultaneously with the flat of the blade.
Sneaky, he swung it so hard sideways that it just kinda indented.
The entire sword just indented.
True.
Oh, you're not getting that back. That would really suck if he actually
Am?
lost that, because I think he's using the barrel blade, which means all he's left now with is the staff portion.
Mm. And so the moon presence dies as it flails around with life bleeding from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hunter stood still as the monster began to dissolve into blue mist. As a final act, it reached out its hand, almost as if it was asking for help, before finally falling to the ground and dissolving into mist. So, I would just like to point out here that the author implied that this was going to be a final charge before anyone even knew the state of either combatant. So, like, we had no idea how injured the moon presence or the hunter was, or what level of desperation either of them were on. And then the author's just like, it's the final charge! It's like, wait, fucking, wait, what? It's sort of like, you know, the kamikaze pilot thing, where it's just like, that's a totally normal plane. Why is it doing a final charge? Why did you say? Why did you say final charge? The moment when you accidentally go harder than you would like and kill Salem. Oops. Funny.
Oh, guys, I killed Salem on accident.
I accidentally impaled her with the broadside of my blade.
Oops.
Unfortunate.
I'm sorry, walking up
Happened
to
to the best of
Ozpin.
us.
So, listen, I might have kinda sorta accidentally impaled Salem 347 times.
347 times.
With a spoon.
No such
Well, they
thing as
don't call
overkill.
them ironwood for nothing.
God damn it. God damn it, Stick. Fucking peg.
You're a terrible person.
Oh,
Oh, Christ. I'm glad I could make that joke finally.
You've been waiting for that, eh?
I have. I've been waiting for that for a very long time.
Fair enough, fair enough.
You know, I'm sure that joke's been made over 1,000 times now in every single fan fiction involving a lewd Ironwood.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The nightmare is finally over. Looking towards the moon, he saw as the red faded away, leaving only a white glow to illuminate the night. A repeated beat could be heard, impacting the hat the hunter wore. The
Why the hat of all
the
things?
drum roll is impacting the hat?
What?
Okay. All right. Reaching out his hand, he saw droplets of water beginning to fall from the cloudless sky above. Blood that once stained the field was being washed away into the earth. Yeah, that's sure, okay. Cleansing his attire of the crimson coating it had acquired over the battle.
no, some of that shit's kicked in now. That's
Yeah, but I'm
stained.
sorry, I hate to break this to you,
Yeah,
but man,
you're gonna wanna get
blood is
some,
so
you're gonna
fucking
wanna
hard to
get
get
some-
out.
Yeah, you're gonna want to get some white wine, maybe some vinegar for that, man.
That leather's just flat out ruined.
Uh,
The
It's
flames
gone.
that once engulfed the hunter's workshop died away, leaving a charred remnant of the building crackling as it cooled.
Damn, remnant. Wow.
Yeah, he said
Funny.
remnant. He said the thing, guys.
You said the thing.
He said the thing.
okay, that
Hey,
means
Zed!
we can go home now, right?
No,
He said the
still got a
line.
whole chapter left.
Can I
sudden
go eat my
tiredness.
He
food?
said the line.
He said the line. A sudden tiredness overcame the hunter as he fell to the ground. Whether this was from the injuries he had sustained or the adrenaline wearing off, he couldn't tell. As his vision grew dark, he could see a figure of a white-haired woman walking towards him. Kneeling down beside him, she placed a hand on his head and spoke. "Sleep well, good hunter. May you dream of the end you sought." And with those parting words, the world around him faded to black along with his consciousness. Waking, the hunter felt the cool night air across his face. He sat up in the same field of flowers he was in before. He looked around to find bloodstains were completely washed away. You already said that, author. As if it had never been disturbed. Okay. The tombstone stood intact along with the names of all the hunters. Walking over to the blank stone, he began to carving into a name into the memorial of his teacher, Gurnham, the first hunter. The memory still fresh in his mind about how his teacher had passed and how happy he seemed to finally be able to rest in peace after so many years of training new hunters. The man was never happy, yet he seemed to place his student above all else. Even offering him a path out from the nightmare that was the hunt, refusing the deal was the toughest choice he had ever made in his life. How would you know?
He's just assuming.
Seeking the culmination of everything he had done, the lives he had taken, there had been a meaning somewhere, and accepting Gurman's offer would have left only a hollow feeling in his chest. Actually, it would have left no feeling in your chest. Because you would have forgotten it all. As Gurnham tells you.
Yeah, that's he's very big on like, listen, once you're out of the dream, you're good. You're gone. You won't remember any of this.
GG.
But I do love how the author's like, it's going to leave a hollow feeling in his chest to take the easy way out. And it's like, no, actually it would leave no feeling in your chest because you wouldn't remember taking the easy way out.
Yeah, at best, he might be like, huh, guess I'll go find the next hunt. or wait for the
Alexandria,
next one."
after 20 hours of fighting Salem, we seem to be at an impasse. Possible. I mean, Salem does have a lot of magic on her side, which the shards don't exactly know about.
Well, listen, we all know magic is cheating.
Yes.
It's kind of the point. So
Yeah. Who could have thought?
Kind of the point, indeed. Yeah. And as my DM always found out, never let the guy who doesn't practice magic set up something to kill the magic user. And especially don't let the magic user fall for a taunt to fight him with fisticuffs, despite the fact that the magic user is 18 levels higher than the guy who's trying to fight him.
I challenge you to a boxing match, your own. I take 10.
Yeah, basically what happened is that I blew all of my specialty points that I get from being a monk, and I ended up stunning the boss and dealing double damage to him, and then stunning him again the next turn and dealing double damage to him again.
It turns out the secret to beating wizards is punching them in the face so hard they can't cast.
And I killed them, and the DM just kind of was like,
Okay, wait, Sneaky, I gotta ask. How many constitution checks did he fail to get over his broken jaw?
Oh, it was like... He had to make, 1, 2, 3, like 5 constitution checks.
Proud of you.
Oh no.
And like it was great though, cause like he was building him up to be like the next villain for the next couple sessions, or next couple sessions or something. And
then you walk in.
And then so our party enters in, and the big bad's like be like, oh, I am the Pharaoh resurrected, and you will all serve me in death. And the monk's like, I challenge you. On my name, I shall defeat you in one-on-one combat. And the wizard's like, fine. I shall let you go first, but I will obliterate your soul and force you to serve me.
Why?
Let your pitiful attempts fail.
Why would the DM allow that?
Because I rolled a 20 on the persuasion check.
Well, and, right, like...
And he
basically,
failed the will save.
Well, no, it's not that he failed the will, right? DM's gonna be like, yeah, right? I'm super confident in my boss. He can absolutely 1v, right? Surely he'll pass at least one constitution check.
Literally, if he had passed any of the checks, he would have won that fight.
Sticky would be dead. But the problem is, when monks... I guess what this guy forgot is when a monk hits you, they can make it so that you're taking like 7 con checks at a time.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what I did. I was like, alright, I spend more. He's like fucking rolling and rolling and rolling.
Sneaky, you're a fucking bastard.
And then I fucking get the last punch
sneaky,
off.
man.
I've spent everything, and he dies, and the DM's like, well,
I need to run a Mech-Ton game with you in it just to see how your rolls go.
Oh, they go fucking fantastic. Gray can attest to that one, where it's like, I'm either rolling nat 20s or I'm rolling nat 1s.
Oh, you would probably enjoy Mech-Ton's system then. The way they
Sneaky,
handle...
Mech-Ton has the Warhammer stacking crit.
Yes.
Yeah. So, that would,
you
be
rolled a
really
10, roll another, roll again. You rolled a 10, roll again. You have rolled 433 10s in a row. I'm gonna ask you to stop rolling now. I think my boss is dead.
One of my old DMs actually went off of a 320 rule, where if you rolled a 20, you had to crit confirm. And if you failed to hit with the second roll, it would just be a normal hit. But if you rolled another 20 again, it would be a critical. And then you had the option of rolling again, and if you rolled a 20 again, it would be an instant kill. Doesn't matter how much HP they have, they die.
Oh, the boss was willing to let you double down.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
And it happened one time to a boss unit in one of the campaigns I was playing, and I rolled the 320s, and the DM's just like,
Well, good news, guys. Session's done.
GG.
I remember one time we were playing a low fantasy world where one of the only reliable ways to create magic items was to stab a god.
I've replayed Hollow Knight recently, and it reminds me of Bloodborne. Yeah, I'm pretty sure one of them took inspiration from the other. They both obviously took inspiration from the whole Cthulhu mythos.
Well, yeah, but
wow, really? No way.
who could have guessed?
Who could have
Like,
seen this
like I
coming?
said, obviously. But no, one of them definitely did take inspiration from the other, because they're a lot of their boss fights are quite similar in terms of theming, not in terms of obviously the boss fight itself.
Wow.
Right. Trying to think.
Hollow
like,
Knight came after. Okay, yeah, that makes sense then. Yeah.
But yeah, so sometimes there are fun ways
Is that
to let
really
players do
27
things.
Was that really 2017?
Yeah, Sneaky.
Oh, it totally
You're
was
getting
Sneaky.
older. The passage of time goes on.
It was Sneaky. Remember,
I-
like
I
2017 is
no,
when
like
we
I
entered,
genuinely
hyper
thought
time.
Hollow Knight was like 2014.
No, Sneaky, you gotta remember, man. 2017 is when we actually entered like a hyperbolic time chamber,
Yeah.
and then 2020 happened, and it doubled down.
Because, like, I'm just sitting here, like, Hollow Knight was 3 years ago. It's 2014. I'm like, wait. Oh, no.
That explains the problem. You're still back in 2017.
Look,
Wrong
I have
time
an
Oh.
chamber, man.
Sneaky.
Ruby is from 2013. Oh, God.
Yep, Ruby is
Yeah.
2013,
Oh,
roughly around the same
God.
time that Gundam Build Fighters and Symphogear were starting to hit their stride and get at their own little audience. A lot of good things. Oh, well, a lot of things happened in 2013 at least.
Wow.
Do you
really?
feel old yet?
Dude, fucking people say 10 years ago, and I'm still thinking, like, what, 2002?
I feel that.
You're old, Sneaky. You're old.
It's time to press F for the boomers, apparently.
Yeah, boy.
Yep. You guys. Big F.
I don't ever actually feel old though. That's what always weirds me
Yeah,
out about listening to some of you guys. It's like you feel old. It's like you're not. You're still mid
Oh,
twenties.
to be fair though, I'm also like I've commiserated with people who are like 80 something about the state of my knees and hip.
No, CA Wing was 96. Well,
Okay, wait,
okay. I think it
listen,
was
I don't care
brought
when
over
Wing
here
was.
in 01.
Wing shouldn't.
Okay,
Shouldn't
Wing might have
have
been brought over, but
Look,
Yeah.
I'm still having fond memories of that one fucking mecha game in the PS2. That and it wasn't Armored Core and shit. Like, it was like alien invasions, and you had to fight monsters as a mecha. But you could get out of the mecha as well and run around as the pilot.
can honestly say I'm not sure what you're talking about. But
Yeah, I got nothing there.
So it sounds pretty dope.
It was a
No
totally
idea.
obscure game. Like, I only knew one person who had ever played it.
Was it like a strategy RPG or was it real time action?
Oh, it was like real time action, like Earth Defense Force style.
Hmm.
Yeah, it had the whole destructible buildings thing going on and whatnot, and
Oh wow!
it reminded me a lot of Earth Defense Force, except for the fact that you had literally no weapons as a pilot. Like when you were running around as the pilot, you were just literally running around as the pilot of the mecha with jack fucking shit.
So this is why Gundam protagonists don't get out very often.
It definitely wasn't a Gundam mecha. It was just some.
No, I know it wasn't a Gundam. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
I know. I'm just trying to like narrow it down. Like I really don't remember much of it. I liked playing it a lot. I didn't really understand it. You ended up fighting other mechas at some point. Like the start of the campaign was you were fighting kaiju, and then like other mechas started showing up, and you had to fight them. But I cannot for the life of me think about it. But anyway, what I really don't want to think about is how long ago Warcraft 3 released, because
Oh, good lord.
that's a 100% guarantee way to make me feel old as fucking hell.
Yeah. It's a sign, Sneaky.
But anyway, let's see. Walking through the gate towards the workshop, he saw that it was undamaged without even the slightest hint that it was once burnt to the ground along with the supplies held inside. Walking through the front door, the floorboards creaked at the presence with each step. Grabbing the wooden contraption off his back, he placed it against the wall. As the hunter walked back outside, he picked up a bladed cane kept resting by the door. Kept resting by the door. That is like, yes, that is technically correct wording, but that is really fucking awkward wording.
It's old and awkward.
Looking out, he could see an expansive green forest along with what appeared to be a shattered moon hanging in the sky. Ah, yes. Arbitrarily, he woke up at the huntsman's workshop that was also now
Chilling in Remnant.
chilling in Remnant. Yeah.
Vibing.
Hey, listen,
as
they
some
knew
might
they
say.
needed a couple branch outposts in case
Warcraft
Gurnham
3 was
burns
not
the house
02.
down again.
No, Pedro. Warcraft 3 was 2000, with its sequel coming out in 2001. Yeah, it's older than you thought.
Yeah. Ancient artifacts.
God, I spent 8 years playing that game. I actually legitimately spent 8 years playing Warcraft 3.
Warcraft 3 was released on July 3rd, 2002.
Warcraft what now?
3. Reign of Chaos.
Is that you sure that was 2002? Not 2000.
July 2002 on the 3rd.
Doesn't make sense at all.
I mean, be happy, Sneaky. You're not as old as you thought you were.
Well, I don't know. His memory is apparently starting to fail, so.
Look,
Yeah,
man,
I mean, I guess
look,
it's
man,
normal-
I'm from
I
the
guess it's
Berenstein
normal.
universe. I don't know. Maybe it was different over there. I wonder how many people get that reference.
I mean, I get it. You're
Yeah.
just wrong.
No, it's from Berenstein, man. Because as you know, everyone in New Jersey says things the exact correct English pronunciation, and everyone else says it wrong. Except for North Jersey. North Jersey also says everything wrong. Was the game called Robot Alchemic Drive? Dude, I genuinely have no fucking idea what the name of that game was. I literally never even bothered learning the name of the game. Oh fuck, it was.
Oh. Is that the name of the game?
Oh fuck, it was. Yeah, no, I literally just Googled it, and I instantly recognized one of the most frustrating bosses to fight in one of the thumbnails of a video.
Alright, well, I guess I got my next
And now,
project to
we've been
track down then.
Oh fucking Christ, now. God, yep, this is fucking it. Yup!
I found the damn thing.
God,
Damn.
this was such a weird ass game. Like, it had the
Good job,
fucking.
Ray.
It was a 3D real time action mech fighter game, but at the same time, like, the in between cutscenes weren't actually cutscenes, they were fucking visual novel dialogue boxes.
I've forgotten so much.
it can't be.
Oh god, yep, the Phantom Effect. Ah, I feel old.
I'm sorry, did I just hear the words Phantom Effect come out of your mouth?
Ah!
Yep. You did.
Alright, let's look this up. Robot Alchemic Drive.
Oh
Rad.
god.
Oh! Oh, I remember seeing this box art. Never got it, but I remember seeing the box art.
I can't believe it! What is that?
Also,
A Volgara giant.
I fucking love the fact that just randomly the plot of this story is the protagonist was just fucking chilling at a train station, and then a giant kaiju robot that like is screeching like an animal drops from the sky, and it's just straight shit like, yo, hey, I'm here now. And he's like, oh no, I didn't realize
That's just like
they
Thursday in
exist.
Japan, though.
So it truly exists.
That robot is heading towards the
It is
city!
got the fucking jankiest movement in existence too. Like, holy shit.
I have to
Oh,
go!
this movement doesn't look good.
I did not pay attention. Oh god.
Yeah, wow, this is a fully localized PS2 game.
Yeah.
They actually prone for voice acting.
Yeah, no, this was fucking something else, man.
For as bad as this voice acting is, I remember the days when if a game was localized, it was fully localized. Like, consistent.
Also, I just love how randomly it's like a giant robot has appeared. Randomly run to your girlfriend/friend's house for no apparent reason. Oh yeah, oh right, the grandma. You had to show up at the house for the grandma.
What is the accent on this professor-looking dude?
Grandma!
Right?
And then right in the fucking house just blows up.
No!
Yeah, you get to the fucking house and the robot's just like, I'm gonna shoot my face laser now, and just annihilates the grandmother.
Tip on analog stick.
Annihilates the grandmother. Alright, that's based.
Wait, no.
sold.
You use the analog sticks to fight?
Oh yeah! Oh
This
yeah!
can't be
This game was
true.
fucking wild, man! This game
the
was
scene.
fucking wild!
Senjo is on fire.
I partly want to look this game up. I also don't want to look this game like.
Is of the neck.
Yeah.
This is gonna
Minions?
have to be a let's play on the channel.
Oh god, I had so much.
Reliving Sneaky's traumatic childhood, one video game at a time.
I played this shit. Oh yeah, right. The doctor gives you a wireless PS2 controller and then explodes.
Hmm.
Here, use this controller to control the robot, and then he explodes because a laser hits him. The plot in this game was wild.
Yeah, don't say.
And when discourages leave.
You can put like eggs of joy.
Yeah, the fucking parking lot just turns out to be a Gundam ripoff hangar. Yeah.
Wait, hang on, I just saw something. Why does the pilot have psychic powers?
Oh, because he does. Don't worry about it, man.
While in hero mode,
What is
hold
that?
down
What's-
circle to activate gravity drive to fly.
God. Dude, I love this game so much. It was so stupid. It was so dumb. And like the camera you had to control the robot with originally was straight up just like, oh yeah, you're still on the ground remote controlling this robot.
The situation has
And like, yeah, oh my
taken a
god.
turn for the
fucking-
worse. Senjo already devastated by
Oh,
with
'cause you're
Senjo
not
be
piloting the
trampled by
robot, you're
these two
controlling it
mechanical
with the-
behemoths. The city's fate appears to
I'm
grow
looking at the
dimmer
comment
than
section,
a
people
candle in
like,
the wind.
I usually put him at higher ground, or I just put him right on the robot's shoulder. 'Cause
Oh, fuck yeah,
Fuck,
yeah.
we get it the other
I
way.
remember this shit, man. It's just like, bruh.
Nikki, we have to,
This shit.
Nikki, we have to find a working ISO of this, and we need to get this running.
Sure, yeah, I'll totally play this, man.
We will parsec this and record
Dr.
it.
Willie.
Yo, listen. I don't have to play, but I want to be in the peanut gallery for that.
Oh god, the fucking
Teleport
fights in
and
this game.
tax and to plugs.
Use the
Throw a
analog
powerful
sticks for
punch.
hand-to-hand
Don't forget
combat.
that.
Sneaky
It
will make
teleported
it.
behind you!
Wait, what?
There's been a
Hang on,
startling new
Hang on, there it is.
development.
The teleport in
The
this game.
newly emerged
Why?
humanoid giants are
Also,
locked in fierce
eBay's
battle clashes.
Price
We can
range
track it.
59 to 380.
What?
They're out of copies is what's happening.
Brand
Oh,
new,
Jesus.
unopened 380. Open box 150. Pre-owned 75.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Jesus Christ, dude. This game, Robot Alchemic Drive was such a fucking trip because you would just find a hill to stand on and shit, and just like.
What is this?
Oh god, the combat in this game was so jank. Oh god, it was so jank.
You know what? This clearly needs to get a remake on PS4 and 5
And computer.
and and PC. Actually, no, just skip the consoles. Just go straight to PC. But use WASD to fight. Oh
Control
god, this
scheme would
looks.
be insane on a keyboard and mouse.
Use your Grand Charge Knuckle Assault Attack Knuckle. Oh god, I
God.
fucking this game. This
I'm
game
so-
was a trip.
I'm so glad that you decided to reminisce about your childhood
To
because
have a fucking flashback of the dumbest shit that I've ever fucking played.
this seems like such a gem.
Oh, right, yeah. By the way, your super attack is you rocket launching your fist forward.
Yeah, that sounds about
As
right.
it
for Super
should
Robot
be.
Stuff. Sounds about right for Super Robot. Yeah.
Oh god, this game was fucking something else. Oh my god. Oh boy.
This is the kind of game that kid me would have loved and played the shit out of. Like, this would have been on regular rotation with the Sly Cooper games and Jack and Daxter. Oh boy.
Oh god, this game was fucking something else. Oh my god.
It's gonna be like we play Suikoden. No, this is so much cooler.
A Robot Alchemic Drive, yeah. Yeah, it's such a 90s name. Yeah.
Apparently, it was called Gigantic Drive in Japan. Just like this is one of the few times where the localized name is so much better.
Yeah, really.
Like sometimes localized name is trash. Other times you get these little gems.
Hey Max, value of hard work.
Oh, what? Oh, why does that sound familiar?
Canton! Value of hard work! Madara's
Oh, the
signature
fat-
jutsu, where he creates a
fan
firestorm.
Yeah, the fan subs. Oh god.
The absolute value of hard work. You want to run that by me again?
No,
You know what
it
the
wasn't,
worst part is?
it wasn't even absolute, it was just value of hard work.
The worst part about that is like you see that and it's like, this would have been like a great thing where like in an effort to help Lee feel a little bit better, Guy helped him create his own like special brand of jutsus.
Called value of, hard work, no jutsu.
But
Yeah.
they were literally just meant to psych him up and that's it. All they did
Yeah.
was psych him up.
No, I mean, to be fair, that's enough for some of the gates.
So Guy, how have you been training him to use the gates? Oh, I just say they're jutsu.
I mean, like, no, dude, like, totally,
Fine.
though, like, that's such a ninja thing to do, is to hide the opening of your gates behind shouting some random-ass jutsu name where the person's like, oh, what the fuck are they gonna do now? And then they think it's, like, a one-time thing, but then suddenly, for some reason, it's like, Lee's now purple. It's just like Lee's, like, kicking the shit out of them.
Suddenly, Lee is purple.
Yeah.
Uh,
God, robot
Detroit becomes Smurf.
Robot
Sneaky.
Alchemic Drive. Yeah, what's up?
I think there's another Fire release that's even stupider.
Oh, no.
Intelligent hard work.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hard work and also you're smart.
Oh, God. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent translations, guys. Amazing.
Oh, man, I don't know about this one.
Canton, intelligent hard work. It's like, all right, what's he gonna do? He's gonna
Wait.
fucking breathe out a firestorm
Wait.
that scorches a continent.
Wait, what do you mean this was the English anime's name for it?
Yeah, dude, that wasn't a
No,
fan sub.
no,
Like the fan
no,
sub was
Sneaky.
value of hard work.
No,
Intelligent
the
hard
fan
work
sub
was...
is the fan sub is intelligent hard work. The English
Oh.
anime localization is searing migraine.
Why?
Well, it's not appropriate.
There's a different English localization for calling it cranium carver.
But it's a
Okay,
fucking
at least that sounds like a move.
Yeah, but the problem
gonna carve your
is that the
cranium.
actual jutsu itself is literally just a scorched earth tactic equals continent.
That's
I mean, that's gonna give you a pretty good headache too, though.
Like it's just straight up just like, hey, want to see me create a desert?
Indeed.
But and anyway, so
I love stupid shit like this sometimes.
So just yeah, Hunter walked outside and he looked around and he's like, "Oh man, there's a bunch of beasts just looking at me from the forest." That the huntsman, workshop is also randomly at. And then he grabbed the cane by its neck and he ran forward. The beast's ready for the night to ensue. Dunstan Arkwright joins the hunt, he shouts, for no apparent reason.
What is he, a Smash character?
Yeah, apparently. The breach was still in everyone's mind at Beacon. Hordes of Grim bypassed and blah blah blah. Casualties, blah blah blah. Elevator, small red girl, blah blah blah. Professor Ozpin, Miss Rose, I see you're doing okay. And then word vomit.
Bless.
Taking a gasp of air finally stopped the machine gun fire of words that came from her. Taking a sip from his mug, Ozpin set it down on his desk. And opening a white folio. By the way, I've realized that passive voice is occasionally just impossible to avoid.
Yeah.
But God, do I hate it when people use passive voice.
Yeah.
Just constantly.
Yeah.
Could be better.
Yeah. I'm being passive, by the way.
I am aware.
Hope the joke's coming through.
Yeah, no, I picked up on the joke about 10 years ago.
Good.
The folder contained 4 pictures. Blah, 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 blah. Grim, blah, blah, blah. Some guy was fighting them at a graveyard. Why are you showing me these pictures, Professor? Well, you see, Ruby, we've just been taking pictures of this guy fighting Grim, and we want to send you over there to investigate why he's fighting Grim.
Please tell me one of them is smart. Please tell me the author is smart to be like, maybe he's just trying to survive?
Resources are currently scarce, so we can't send competent huntsmen when they can be used elsewhere. So I'm assigning this area
So
to your
we're
team.
sending children!
Wait,
Yes.
hang on. What's the
Yes.
exact wording here?
The exact wording is, fuck you.
Oh, yeah, no, it's... Wow. It's literally that.
Yeah.
He added a single word and that was it. And it changed nothing about the sentence.
Nope. Yeah.
Okay, then. And well, I'm just going to keep scrolling through this catalog I found just on the side of the road.
Very cool.
Yeah, do you guys
Wow.
remember Jam-Pack demo discs?
Yes.
God, I got hours out of a single demo disc.
Oh, totally. Yeah. No.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
missed
played
this.
the Perfect Dark demo so many fucking times.
Yeah, my big demos were I think it was Ratchet and Clank 3,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
then Metal Gear Solid 3 and Killzone.
Yeah, Killzone. Yeah.
I think Rico was the guy I always liked to play with because he was the guy with the minigun.
Mine was Shadowrun, the FPS game that they made for Shadowrun. I actually played that a lot on the demo.
Didn't people give that game shit?
Oh yeah, no, it was total crap. It was absolute garbage. But boy, was the demo fun.
That face when the demo's more fun than the main game.
Like, don't get me wrong, it was a fun game as long as you didn't have to pay for it.
Oh,
Fair enough.
It was good as long as you didn't, you know,
one of those.
spend money.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, the idea was good. Like, it was designed to be a you remember Brink?
Yes.
It was designed to be a pre-Brink that also had the ability to pick your class, where instead of starting out with different weapons, you started out with a different race, and certain races were faster than others, and certain races had more HP than others. So it was sort of a mix of Brink and Team Fortress 2, and Counter-Strike, I guess. Because all of the races could buy the same guns, but they would be weighed down differently by each of them.
So it sounds like they did a decent job then, because I assume that's what you do in the pen and paper as well. Like, that is a factor.
Oh yeah, no, like they did a pretty good.
Well, more specifically in the actual game, all the different races have different like stats. So if you play an ogre, you cap out at 4 charisma.
Yeah.
I think it's 4. But
Yeah,
like,
it's 4. Yeah.
Right, but like an elf can get to like 10.
13.
Wow.
Well, 13. Yeah, that's right. It caps. Right, and like elves cap out at like, what is it? 6, 7 strength.
Yeah, 7, I believe. Yeah.
Done.
And of course, like the ogres cap out at 10,000. Not actually. 10,000.
The maximum ogre strength was something like 17 or something. It was really fucking stupid.
Like high enough that anyone who tried to melee them was just going to be sad.
Yeah. But like other shit, like the dwarves couldn't jump, but they had a little bit slower speed than elves. This is, by the way, the FPS I'm talking about. The failed FPS game. Like, the dwarves were a little bit slower than the elves, but faster than humans, but could carry what ogres could carry, but couldn't jump.
Okay. So it sounds like the FPS at least tried.
Yeah, no, they tried, and like ogres would grow crystal skin. Like, this was the weird shit that they added in. Like, when you shot at an ogre, it would start growing natural armor over itself to make each successive shot do reduced damage. So, like, SMGs were less effective against them than a sniper rifle.
Huh. That actually doesn't seem like a... I feel like this game probably would have succeeded more if it wasn't using the Shadowrun name. Because that actually does sound kind of cool.
Honestly, no, its critical failure was actually just at the time and place it got released. Guys, it was also had parkouring in it, but it wasn't like great parkouring. But it was before parkouring it became really like enjoyable in a game.
Yeah.
And it also came out at a point in time where Counter-Strike was not a known game yet. Like, Counter-Strike was still very much a underground game at the time, and it used the Counter-Strike fight system, unlike more popular games at the time like Call of Duty, where you just had a loadout. It operated like Counter-Strike, where when you killed people, you got money. You had to buy your weapons at the start of each round.
Yeah, I could see how that would put people off at the time frame this was in.
And to top it all off, it was console only.
Oh, that was
right.
Death for a shooter at that time.
All right, yeah, I can understand that because shooters basically lived on the PC.
Yeah.
Because the first time I saw a Call of Duty game was on my cousin's computer.
Really? Like, Call of Duty and Halo were basically the only 2 successful first-person shooter games on the console.
That's rough.
Yeah.
That's real rough for Shadow. It sounds like Shadowrun probably would have done better if it had been like 5 years later.
Yeah, on 5 years later and released on the PC instead, and it probably would have been the next big FPS for the PC. Yeah.
Because like everything you described to me is like, actually, this sounds like it should have been a winning game.
Gears? I said
not
first-person shooter.
Maybe not
Gears is
been
not
tied.
first-person.
Maybe not been tied to Shadowrun. Like if it'd been its own thing, probably would have gotten a little bit less shit as well.
Yeah. Sort of. The Shadowrun name was a very much as far as audience goes. Shadowrun back in the day, super indie still. Like it was still basically pen and paper because that was only like 2014, I think it was, that the first Shadowrun RPG got released for the PC.
Yeah, I mean, you remember they did have the
Borderlands. Borderlands was a first-person shooter, but I'm talking about like
Borderlands is a lot newer than
No, I was trying to think. I like the closest Shadowrun had to like mainstream exposure before that probably would have been the NES game. Was it NES or SNES?
I think it was SNES.
Which, in all fairness to that game, it's not a bad little game.
And no, and Underplayed Creation says first-person popular games, Borderlands. I don't think you'll get anyone to call Borderlands a first-person shooter. Like, yeah, it'll be like, yeah, it's a first-person shooter, but it's not like, oh yeah, this is a first-person shooter like Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, Halo.
Borderlands is a loot and shoot.
Yeah.
It shares the FPS tag, but not what people consider to be FPS. It didn't really set the industry standard at any point.
No competitive FPS game looked at Borderlands and said, let's do this, until 2017, 2016, when we started seeing the rise of
Destiny?
Battleground Royales.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, we started seeing the rise of those thanks to the DayZ mod.
No, I'm talking about more like Fortnite's Battle Royale mode, because you got to remember again, Fortnite originally didn't start as a Battle Royale. It's just what's known for now.
I know. I remember but the Battle Royale formula first was technically done through a Minecraft mod based off the Hunger Games. But
I know, but what I'm talking about is the inspiration taken from Borderlands and the whole loot and shoot sort of thing, where you shoot someone and loot explodes out of them.
Maybe the loot explosion part, but I'm referring more to the fact that DayZ did start that.
Yes.
The mod did start the Battle Royale idea.
Yeah.
All he had to do
I didn't say
was...
Borderlands started the Battle Royale idea. I was saying in taking inspiration from Borderlands with the whole, like, run around the map, quickly grab loot, then shoot everyone else, and they explode into loot as well. And then you grab that loot and use that exploded loot to explode other people with more exploded loot. That whole aesthetic, I guess you could call it. Because while PUBG and DayZ were the more serious variant, stuff like Apex Legends and Fortnite have taken that loot and shoot aesthetic. Would Destiny be within that time period? It was 100% an FPS before a looter shooter. Yeah, but it wasn't really successful.
Also, Destiny is absolutely a looter shooter. It just happened to be one before most of the other ones did.
Yeah.
Didn't beat Borderlands, but
honestly, I don't really remember hearing about Destiny itself until Destiny 2 was announced, and that's when I started hearing about Destiny.
Well, I think that's partly because you were ignoring anything about it because it was a console-only game at the time.
Was it really a console-only game at the time?
Mhm.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Destiny,
oh, yeah,
Destiny
it-
2.
Yeah,
then
Destiny
it
was
was
in fact
it
a
was
timed exclusive
yeah.
on PS4.
Then it was long past the time period when I used to play consoles because I played consoles up until 2012.
Yeah, no, Destiny is
Yeah,
like
same.
2016, I think, going 2017. I'm pretty
And
sure.
God, does that make me feel old as shit? I played consoles until 8 years ago. Fucking Christ.
Destiny released in 2014.
Oh, I
9th
was
of
way the fuck
September.
off.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Destiny now.
And Destiny 2 released
Not-
in
Not only that,
2017.
no, I still
Oh.
kept up with the video
Wow,
game
I
stuff.
completely wrote Destiny off in my head.
Yeah, no, like I
Yeah,
still kept
yeah,
up with the video game stuff, but like I didn't hear about Destiny. Like the new games I would hear about for the consoles would be the next Halo, the next Call of Duty, Battlefield. Oh, Battlefield, there we go. That was another. It wasn't until Battlefield 3 that Battlefield was actually successful on the consoles. Bad Company 2 definitely ignited interest, but it was Battlefield 3 that fucking took that. I want to say many years of my life in that series. Yeah, that's fair enough. I just don't remember. Like, I don't remember really hearing about Destiny. Like, maybe once or twice, but like never like, oh, Destiny's doing this now. Destiny's doing that now. No, I would hear only news of like Battlefield's doing this now. Halo's doing that now. I don't know. Guess I'm just getting old. Not hip with the kids anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Also, I like how my uncle said he would call me back, but it's been 5 hours since he said that.
Well, Sneaky, if I had the option to not talk to you, I would.
I know. You do it often.
don't really have that option.
I mean, technically, I'm contractually obligated to be here.
No, the only contractual obligation there is if you want to get paid, you have to be here.
If being the keyword.
I mean, I can always write your payment off as a tax obligation and then just not pay you.
Yeah, maybe you
Sneaky,
should
you are not a mega corporation. You can't afford to do that yet.
become one.
I can just send it to the Chicago local government and they'll get it to you.
Oh yes, the Chicago government. I have such faith in them.
You know, somehow I feel like if I send $20 to the Chicago local government, it'll end up sending you a bill for $50.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you sent 100, they'd send him
No, Sneaky.
a couple cents.
If you try to send me $20 to the Chicago local government, not only will I see none of it, I'll end up with a bill for 50, and you'll end up with a bill for 85.
Of course, yes. Oh god, I did laugh myself pretty hard at that clip that you posted, Arn.
Yeah.
Oof.
I'm donating this money to go towards this fund that I'm taking 10% out, 33% out of. So I'm okay with losing $10. Donation $5.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Stuff.
Let's see. Anyway, so yeah, Ruby, we're sending a student because we can't be ours to fucking shoot Huntsman over to a guy who's killing. Like, this is the most baffling part about this whole setup, where Ozpin's just like, yeah, so we can't afford to actually send people who are licensed to do this to go make contact with this guy that's killing Grimm out in the forest, and living there. So we're just gonna send a bunch of fucking students in sophomore
And hope they
year.
don't get murked.
Yeah, and hope the guy's friendly.
Oh, by the way, let's be clear here. First years.
Well, no, technically by
First
this
year.
point they're the Breach was season 2.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Second years.
Yeah, second years.
Guys, we're gonna send a bunch of high school sophomores to talk to the crazy murder hobo in the woods.
This is when
Like-
they were still first years? You sure?
You can't even look. Listen,
Oh yeah, post breach. That was first year, wasn't it?
listen. It does
Wait,
not.
why the fuck are they sending freshmen? This makes it even worse.
Okay, listen.
Survival
It
of the
does
fittest,
like
sneaky.
freshmen
Sink
or
or swim.
sophomores. It does not materially matter.
Jesus, like Jesus Christ, this is straight up just like an XCOM mission of like unknown enemy numbers. Time to send an all rookie team. But you're like halfway into the campaign.
Oh. Oh
You're like,
no.
well, I can't equip them with anything besides ballistic weapons, so I hope for the best here. Maybe no enemies will show up.
Good luck, guys.
If one of you makes it back, I consider that a success. There's 8 of us, boss. Exactly.
True.
If one of you makes it back, I consider it a success. Boss, there's 8 of us. You're right. If 2 of you make it back, I consider it a success.
A great success, in fact.
No, a great success if 4 come back.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Outstanding success is obviously 6 of the 8.
I like that the great success is 50%. A 50% counts as a passing grade in this world.
Not just passing, a great.
Oh.
It's like a B at least.
Yeah, a great success would be a B. Yeah. Congratulations. Only half your unit died. B+.
You know what? We'll give that a solid B.
Being in the Imperium be like. To be fair, if that one Ruby Wormcross, if Ironwood went out, Arms Master and Dragon would be understandable, but like what makes Ruby stand out? Huh?
Wait, what is he saying?
Dude, you're gonna have to reformat that question because I could not fucking parse it.
Are you drinking as well?
Yes. Oh, you mean him?
Yeah, him.
Oh,
Yes.
'cause I'm
I know
drinking.
you're drinking. I don't have to ask you that. I already know.
My interpretation, I think, is asking why is Team Ruby the one who stood out to go on this mission, right? Why were they the ones picked of all the fucking children?
Something silver eyes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I guess.
Gotta pump that silver-eyed dick. Let's
I
see here.
suppose that's one way of putting it.
Oh no, well, I mean, he does straight up, like, so I guess my XCOM analogy is actually a little bit more on point than I thought it would be. Because he just straight up just goes, resources are scarce, so we're gonna fucking send people out that we don't need to armor, or give resources to.
Based.
Yeah.
People we don't have to spend money on, literal free recruits. Congratulations, you're going on this mission. What's our expected survival rate? Survival rate?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, actually, him saying that means that the author is aware that this is incredibly stupid and there's literally no reason to send anyone out there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is literally oh my god. This is literally
You
the
can count
equivalent of
on
the
me, Professor. I won't let you down. And then Ruby walked into the elevator. Coco's team would be a better choice? Yeah, they would. Remember,
Yeah,
Miss Rose, your
listen.
team.
Any team other than a bunch of freshmen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck. You saying Coco
actually,
really
I
made
just
me think of
realized-
Hololive. Coco.
Go!
She would still be a better choice.
Yeah.
Probably.
Big ass dragon girl. Yeah.
Sneaky,
Look, so
back to
all
XCOM
I'm
real
saying
quick.
is Coco, Pecora, Okayu, and Corone.
I mean, at least one of them
Probably
actually
better.
boxes, so yeah,
Yeah.
something there.
I mean, apparently, Coco's true form is just being a fucking dragon, according to HoloLive. So.
Yeah, the HoloLive lore is
Good.
actually that she joined HoloLive after crashing into the HoloLive offices as a dragon.
I mean,
hope
that's
that
not a joke.
you know what?
that's a metaphor for she just came stumbling in drunk.
Wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me in
Well,
the
according
slightest.
to Coco, her tail's a butt plug, so.
No, it's very. I thought she very specifically had an entire segment about how that was not cool.
Well, she sells merchandise of it being a butt plug.
Yeah, it's
Now, the funny story about the tail being sold as a butt plug merchandise is that originally, when it was described to the company that was producing it, they didn't understand the joke of it being
yeah.
a
So they
butt
actually
plug.
wanted to have it like a proper butt
So
plug
they
instead of a
actually
plush.
made the entire thing rubber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I know.
That's not how you say Corone. Yeah, it is.
Anyway, look,
Hold on
the
there.
point is they were describing it to the company, and the company was First of all, I want to point out. Japan is so goddamn weird.
They didn't even
They
fucking
didn't
blink.
ask
They didn't
any
even
questions.
Nobody
They
asked any
didn't
questions at any
assume
point.
that there was like an in joke or something that they weren't getting. They're just like, okay, we're gonna make a plug.
Sure.
Nah. Katana would make a good partner for Coco, but Pakora's there for the war crimes.
Not Katana. Kanata. Thank you very much.
Katana.
Yeah, sure. Fine. Whatever.
You just give him power when you try to correct him. You know this.
Yeah.
Uh,
Corona.
Corona. Yeah, you pronounce it as Corona. No, you don't.
We do now.
Yep. Also, unofficial, official HoloLive lore. Kanata is actually a gorilla. Just.
Is
Yeah.
that what? Is that actually?
It's unofficial, official in the sense that she jokes about being a gorilla all the time, and they all joke about it.
Oh, fair enough.
Grip strength is
Okay.
huge.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
she's
her
got
grip
insane
strength's
grip strength.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And she also
you know
had
what?
like a presentation of her family, and one of the images was a gorilla. Yeah. So, side note on that, the presentation was not one she had prepared. She got like random pictures and had to just invent something, and she went for the family thing, and then the gorilla image popped up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. What? Why
No,
not?
Isley, she's not half black.
We're just gonna move on from that.
Yeah. That. Oh my god.
Let's see. I would also like to point out, just as a side note, because I was looking at HoloLive lore at one point, and I was looking at the various companies, because there was this one wiki that was called VTuber Wiki, and it had all three of the main companies, I believe it was,
Yeah.
that have VTubers as their employees. And I was shitting on HoloLive for having so many employees. Meanwhile, the other company in Japan, it has like 250 VTubers, and like not a single one of them has over 40k subscribers.
How are they making money?
Sheer number.
Good question. Yeah. Japan has like over 10,000 VTubers at this point.
Jesus.
The lucky ones are in HoloLive and Nijisanji. There are also other
that's what it
smaller
was.
companies.
Nijisanji. That's
Yeah.
the company that has like 200 something VTubers.
Do they?
Yeah.
I'm not.
They just
Sure.
announced their next generation, and it's like 10 to 15 people.
Holy shit.
I can't tell if they're actually
Yeah.
like successful or just like
They're not.
just keep shoving them out.
They're
Just on the brink
they're actually
of
purely on
bankruptcy.
YouTube. They're purely not on YouTube. They're on the Japanese exclusive website.
Oh,
Mm.
Nico?
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. I think you're mixing something here because there are some Nijisanjis on YouTube. Especially the
by the way,
animation ones.
Not all 250 of them.
Well, no, not all of them, of course. But most of them, and at least the popular ones,
No,
because
I
there are
was
some
looking
of them
up.
who are.
Yeah, I was looking them up, and like it said like they had tried to get onto YouTube for a while, but then ended up just stopped trying and just were like, we're gonna not, force
I
YouTube
don't
anymore.
appreciate you attacking me and Sneaky in one go like that.
The dog spreads about as fast as the virus, so it works out. Wait, why am I being attacked from this?
I said Atin, and it's in memes and shit posts.
Oh.
Yeah, no, Sneaky. Looking at the playboard for some Nidjitology people right now, there are several of them with like 500k. So I don't know what the fuck kind of stats you looked at. But
Yeah, I really don't appreciate being attacked by this.
That's all right.
It really offends me on a spiritual level.
good.
That's okay. Your Sneaky, your spirituality could do with some offending.
My spirituality is rock solid.
I mean, so
Hail
were
Helix.
dead corpses with rigor mortis.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So anyway, sunset could be seen from Team Ruby's dorm. Why is that important? As they each sat on their respective beds, waiting for their team leader to return from the headmaster's office. As the door began to open, two of the three girls leaped from their bed and rushed to the door to ask Ruby about what happened. The first to talk was the blonde brawler of the group. Because apparently we have to be obscure about everyone. See, that's another thing I'm really going to complain about when it comes to fan fiction, is how obscure they're trying to describe the characters. Like fucking
We
Brian?
know who they are. We're here to
Brian?
read about them. Just get on with it.
The guy from Undersiders, Brian. That's his name, right?
No
The
idea
black
what
guy?
the fuck Undersiders is. So
Gru.
Drew.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
His name's Brian, right?
I think so.
Yeah. That's like writing a worm fanfic, and then like having it start post Taylor being in the Undersiders, which is fairly common, and just for some reason using everything but the words Gru and Brian to refer to Brian until someone says his name out loud. And it's like,
It's one of those things
we know
where,
who they are. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, that seems to be one of those things where people like try to keep some of the quote unquote more traditional rules of writing, but as has been discussed,
This is fan fiction.
you
not
kind
writing.
of have to separate fan fiction judging from
yeah, like
original
to a
work.
certain degree, I can understand not wanting to write their name like 5 times in 4 sentences. That's
Yeah.
fair enough.
But
you
like,
can use
Right,
some
but
mixing.
yeah, but the difference between
Before
like,
you introduce them,
yeah, but like the difference between that is like if it's a say hypothetically a post ending post see book 8 Harry Potter story, but not epilogue.
Post the non-existent book 8. I guess.
Right, yeah, whatever. Post book 7 Harry Potter. No, that was Deathly Hollow broke. No, that was the movie that was broken into
the movie,
one,
dumb
too.
fuck.
Yeah. So post book 7, but it's not the epilogue. Epilogue's non-canon. Blah blah blah. Whatever. And you're like the red-haired witch with the speckled smile, and it's like we all know who the fuck you're talking about. Like you don't need to be coy about a character that already is known to both the fandom and the character who the narrative is being told by.
Yeah.
And I can understand not wanting to say, Hermione over and over again, but there's a difference between being like the blonde brawler with her extravagant blonde hair. It's like Ruby already knows who the fuck this is. It's her literal fucking sister. We don't need the obscuring going on here. We just say Yang. Yang rushed her and asked her what's going on. Like, you don't need to be like the blonde brawler with luscious yellow locks. It's like we all know what she looks
Blonde
like.
brawler.
Yeah, I'm not the only one that heard Sneaky say that, right?
Blonde
Yeah,
brawler.
no, I heard it.
Okay.
What's
Blonde brawler.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you had a slight flub. That's all.
Yeah, look, I'm only like, dude, I'm like, 5 fingers into a whiskey. Fuck off. I'm doing pretty good.
If you insist.
This is
Sure.
a 2-liter
if
bottle
that's-
too.
If that's
Fuck
your
off.
definition, sure.
Doing fine.
Wow. All right. So, since the show is officially over, so Sneaky,
Fuck off. We're not done yet. Fuck
but
off.
Sneaky,
Not done till
you
the
can
bell
buy a
rings.
cheat to just control the enemy heroes in Dota.
You can buy a cheat. Wait,
What? What?
Thank
What?
you, Russia.
How the fuck does that work?
I don't know, but
I'm real curious.
No, I understand. I think I know how it works. Yeah, taking yeah, okay. No, I know how they're doing it. They're doing it with the command console, and they're using the takeover bot commands, that the training platform
Ah.
uses.
That would make
Yeah.
sense, yeah.
it does. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
so apparently, yeah, that's kind of a problem. Also, imagine being so desperate to gain MMR that you literally force the enemy to feed.
Yeah, imagine being so fucking desperate you buy one of the most obvious cheats in existence.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Russians do be like that.
I mean, you're not wrong. Just the fucking no one debacle. Oh god, the no one debacle. Who was playing as no one? Atin, do you remember?
Yes, but just oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm just amazed, baffled, and pissed off at Valve.
Wait, at Valve?
For allowing it to happen, I guess.
Yeah. Like, guys. It feels
Well, look,
like that's
bugs
something
happen all
you
the
should.
fucking time. Didn't they fix it already?
I don't think it's been patched yet.
I think it's been patched.
Better go buy that Russian sheet then.
So Ruby, what did Osmond want to talk about you? This isn't about the destroyed cafeteria. It's not our fault, nor through a pie. Blah, blah, blah. We have a mission for the Admiral Forest. So we go into the forest. Blah, blah, blah. What's the matter, Rice? You scared? Blah, 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 blah. Fully trained. Wow, Ruby. Of course, he gave me a reason, and the reason is he can't spare the money or training for a fully trained huntsman to go and check out the forest, so we're gonna get sent in instead. Jesus Christ.
We are sacrificial pawns.
The team grasped the meaning better than the leader could. They instantly connected this mission to their last one, which was a recon that led to Vale's invasion. Wait, fuck, wait, what? Wait, what?
Oh, I guess this is after the train?
Yeah, no, they said that earlier, but I'm just like, wait, hold the fuck. They grasped what Ruby couldn't grasp, and that was the fact that they was similar to the mission that they got that set off the the fucking Veil bomb. It's like, it's a recon mission, you dipshits. Like that's the
Yeah.
only shit you're allowed to do. Like.
Wow.
Oh my god,
Curious.
they're sending us on another recon mission. I bet it's gonna be like, that's like if Naruto, I mean, like Naruto's a bad example, but still I'm gonna
Wow,
use
in
Naruto.
Naruto.
I'm gonna use it. It's like if Naruto got another C rank escort mission and they're like, oh my god, we're seeing the underneath of the underneath. This is gonna be another mission that's gonna turn into an A rank where we have to fight S rank shinobi again. Like,
Well, I mean, you know, knowing
No?
shonen plot development.
yes, I know knowing shonen plot development, but that doesn't mean it makes sensible narrative.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I specified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there is
Also,
no
that-
reason that the whole team would be like, oh, wow, this is just like the other escort mission that we were only allowed to go on
actually,
as Genin.
You know what? Ruby would be the one to jump to this, and those would be like, "Oh God,
Yeah,
we're literally just being
exactly
sent out to
right.
die."
If anyone in the group was gonna be like, oh my god, this is another secret mission like the last one we got, it would be Ruby. The rest of the team would be like, no, Ruby, it's just gonna be a normal recon mission. Maybe we'll punch some old guy.
This might actually be punishment for us bringing a train into Vale. with
This
Grandma.
might actually be punishment for us bringing a bomb-filled train into Vale because we decided to fight on the train instead of actually disarming the bombs or derailing the train.
Curious.
To be fair, they had a teacher with them that also could have done that.
Yeah, but Max, you
Oh,
have to keep in
great.
mind that Oobleck actually functions off of cocaine and thus cannot be held responsible for any actions.
Oof.
True.
Also, can I just say, by the way, going back to XCOM real quick,
Yo.
wouldn't it make more sense to send a slightly more useless team like Cardinal?
Yes.
Because Cardinal is nothing but lawsuits waiting to happen.
Yes. It would. If you're trying to make a sacrificial team. See, the problem here is both... the author is actually really good at mimicking the writer's style for canon, in where they want to do one thing but they say another.
They write garbage.
Yep.
And they are phrasing it in a manner where you would expect a sacrificial team like Team Cardinal to go check out the imminent threat to all of Vale in the form of a huntsman killing Grimm around his home. And instead, the author sends Team Ruby to go make contact with him. Well, not make contact with him, but obviously, as we all know, is how the plot of Ruby develops. It from the tropes and whatnot. Obviously, they're going to make contact with him to go investigate him. Because Team Ruby, unlike Team Cardinal, would probably not piss off this huntsman that had previously shrouded his home in some sort of possibly semblance that allowed him to hide things and has been killing Grimm this entire time in the Emerald Forest without Ozpin ever being aware. Which is actually the most sensible conclusion that one could come to, that this huntsman just has a semblance that lets him hide things, and something happened that broke that semblance, and so he couldn't hide his workshop anymore. That would actually be the most sensible conclusion we could jump to. But of course, the author didn't even think of that. And also, while phrasing it as a suicide mission, simultaneously sent Team Ruby on it, which would only be good if there was a diplomatic mission, which, as we know, per the rules of being a protagonist, it is actually a diplomatic mission, but the author phrased it as a suicide mission, even though there's no reason for anyone to think that it's a suicide mission. He's not even like shooting at Vale, he's literally just killing Grimm around his house.
Basically just weeding the lawn.
Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
like if the police was like, all right, cadets, you're going to be investigating this property where 30 feral hogs were shot by a farmer. And we expect you
That's
to
why
all
I needed
die.
this AR-15.
That's why we'll be sending our best diplomats. It's like, wait, what? Wait, hold on. Calculations, math symbols flying in front of you. Beep.
Curious.
Oh my god, my superiors are idiots.
Hunter, I remember the full moon. Ozpin chuckles. Yeah, that's fair enough. There's actually a pretty good one I'm currently reading. It's something like along the lines of First Hunter, I believe. The First Hunter. Yeah, I think it was the First Hunter. It's a Ruby Bloodborne crossover where Gurnham dies to the Good Hunter. Or something like that. Yeah, I think it was Gurnham dies to the Good Hunter. And ends up in Ruby. And he's just like... I remember when the moon was whole. And Ozpin's like, wow, you're old. Gurnham's like, wow, you know too? Wow, you're old too. And then they share a chuckle of like, wow, yeah, well, fucking shit, we're old.
I'm fucking old.
That would be fine.
No, it's actually a very, very comfy story. The author also starts off the story with Gurnham saving Summer Rose. Well, saving Summer Rose Bloodborne style. That is to say, Summer Rose gets her eyes ripped out, and then Gurnham shows up before they can deliver the death blow.
Oh, well.
I mean, saving. Yeah.
Saving. And he ends up murder, death, killing Tyrion. with his scythe of death.
I mean, honestly, if any hunter is gonna be able to do that, it's gonna be one of the old guard. So
Yeah.
honestly,
It's a very comfy
that
story
would-
otherwise, to be honest.
yeah, actually, that would actually be really upsetting probably for Tyrion. It's like, I'll just remove his aura. Why doesn't he have aura? Oh god!
Also,
I've shot him
the
30 times and
spoiler
he's not
alert for the first chapter. The whole reason why Gurnham managed to murder, death, kill him so easily was in fact because he's like, oh, my aura can take this blow, and then Gurnham's scythe kind of just cut right through it.
Curious.
With the
Mate,
meteorite
That scythe is
weapon.
literally cut divine beings. I don't
Yeah.
know what you think your puny soul can do.
Yeah,
Is that the logic?
yeah.
the fact
That
that
was
this thing
literally the logic. It's the metal that the blade was made out of was literally meant to cut souls. And
Yeah, it's
so
it's
Aura did jack shit to it.
Yeah, no, the most of the old hunter weapons are made with siderite or something. And it's like
Yeah.
it's magnetic and it works super well against eldritch abominations and things of the like. I'd argue that your soul being outside your body is pretty eldritch-like.
Blade of Mercy
what's
and
this
the
story?
Burial
Could you
Blade
read
are only
this?
ones.
Yeah. First hunter.
Anyway,
First hunter. All right.
Yeah.
I'm getting my dinner. It's 8:12.
Yeah, you do that. So anyway, yeah. So we're gonna wrap this up. Apparently, living somewhere deep in the Emerald Forest has been killing Grimm for weeks, and we're gonna find out if he is a good guy.
Well,
I'm
he's
baffled.
killing Grimm, so
I'm
if nothing else,
baffled by this one too, as well. Where it's like he's got pictures of the dude killing Grimm, so he's got pictures of the dude, which means that he can see that he's not an obvious faunus, which kind of crosses out the whole white fang angle. Now you could theoretically be like, oh well, he's a faunus without obvious traits, and he's going to be sent to infiltrate Beacon Academy by killing a shit ton of Grimm. And that's gonna arbitrarily get him into Beacon Academy. For some reason.
appreciated C8. Thank you.
And so, yeah, they're just like, we gotta figure out if he's a good guy or not, because he's killing all these Grimm in the Emerald Forest. It's like, I think our job's done already. He's a good guy.
Oh, he's killing Grimm, is he? Yeah. All right, cool. Mission done. Let's go on, guys.
Yeah, basically, easiest mission ever. Stamp complete.
If anything, the Emerald Forest just got a free garden keeper.
Like,
so-
I'm really confused by this one, because I could see, like, veteran huntsmen being more, on edge about it, and being like, who's this guy, where did he show up, what's going on here. I can see veteran huntsmen being, skeptical about it, but I can absolutely see a bunch of fucking freshmen being like, so he's killing Grimm, he lives in the forest, he's been photographed near his home that he lives in the forest, that he's killing Grimm around, and he has made no attempt to contact anyone in Vale. He's a good guy. Stamp. Mission completed.
Yeah, yeah, like you mentioned, like the veterans would be like, does anyone even know who the fuck this? Like, Ozpin's angle should have been, I have access to an entire database of huntsmen.
He
I
doesn't
should
show
have
up in
seen
it.
something like this.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And then, hey Crow, get over here.
Right. Exactly. You would think. One would think. That would be the simple, easy solution to it, but no, we gotta go send the team of rookies to go make contact with a guy who is only killing non-humans.
Yeah, a team of rookies who's two of which have parents that are pretty high up on the political totem pole, and the other one
Oh
is...
yeah, that's the other one. Yeah, he's a possible threat to Vale. Better send the Schnee Harris.
The Schnee heiress, the Belladonna child. You know, let's just send the two daughters of one of my old students who
Let's go
not
send
really
the
on great
girl with
terms with me.
silver eyes too, as well. You know, let's go let's go round it out with the legendary silver-eyed warrior too. You know, let's just put all of our fucking eggs into one basket and then send it on a suicide mission.
Well, it's not even that. Like, imagine Tai Yang hearing about it seems like Tai Yang is not a big fan of Ozpin after Summer's death. It's like, so you sent both my daughters on this mission. Okay.
Was this before Crow? This was season 2, before season 3.
Crow. Oh yeah, no, Crow didn't show up until season 3.
Yeah,
Did
I
he?
guess.
Because he showed up for the Vital tournament, the Vital Festival.
Still, I wouldn't say I would make up an OC huntsman to send on the mission. Then I wouldn't fucking send a bunch of freshmen. It's the dumbest shit in existence. Look, I know we have no resources to give you guys, but
No, you know what that? No, that actually explains it. We still only have had interaction with freshman teams, and the only upperclassmen we've had was Velvet.
Right? Yeah, and.
Like,
authors create OCs out of their ass all the time, but you're telling me the one time that actually it would make sense for their plot for them to create an OC for, they don't?
Yeah, but Sneaky, how else are they gonna integrate the main characters into the story?
That's fair enough. Oh, speaking of which, another trope that the author of the Zelda fanfic that he completely fucking deconstructs. Is Link shows up, you know, post Majora's Mask. Link is not a child, by the way. He's actually quite old, post Majora's Mask. He just looks like a child because of how slowly they age. But they make him a student, and then they're like, wow, actually, you're just so overqualified for being a student, you can't be a student. We're gonna have to like make you a teacher or something. Because we obviously want you to be on campus because, wow, you're an amazing hunter and you can just fucking annihilate Grimm left and right. But you just can't be here as a student. Why didn't Velvet mop the floor with Cardinal? It's quite easy. It's because, reasons. Obviously. Yep. So anyway, yeah, let's finish off this story. Yeah, so blah blah blah, something about Torchwick, and they're all sad about Torchwick, and then blah blah blah, abandoned train tracks, blah 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 blah. Blake, that was not cool. Ruby was trying to cheer us up. I know we're not in the best of moods, but fuck off. And Blake's like, all right. Good. Now all of us are gonna go fall asleep, and we're gonna do tomorrow's mission and stuff like that. Hey, what did I do to deserve this? You were thinking of it, Ice Queen. It's gonna be good for me too. After all, we have a few things to get off on our chest, and there's nothing better to do that when we're out in the middle of Grimm territory. No, I would think it's the opposite. Is you really don't want to be getting things off your chest while you're in the middle of Grimm territory.
yeah. Yeah, it's probably not a good idea.
Yeah. So they all went to sleep, and then, you know, OC self-inserts, killing a bunch of Grimm left and right. He's like literally mass slaughtering them. Like, there's so many Grimm he's killing that he might as well have just cleared out the entire forest by this point. I don't know why they're randomly attracted to him, because he's clearly not feeling sad emotions. But they are just randomly showing up in
raw
hordes.
sexual energy, my dude.
Yeah, his raw sexual energy, my bad, of course, I forgot. And so he's just absolutely just tearing apart these Grimm. He cut one Grimm into 20 different pieces because he's just that skilled with a blade.
That's...
Yeah.
But why?
And so then he shouts at the Grimm, "Call more of your friends, I'm not done with ye yet." And then he hears the metal contraption flying over his head. And Using the sudden distraction, one of the wolves tried to surprise the hunter by charging at him. And he's like, wow, seeing that metal contraption flying in the air has made me lose my lust for battle. So therefore I shall dispatch you readily. And he kills all the Grimm.
All right.
Yeah, he was just playing with them before. When he cut that one Grimm into 20 pieces, that was just him playing around.
Of course. Just fucking about.
I am
with
a
the homie.
huge fan of the weapons in Bloodborne and how each one serves dual purposes. Whether it's the threaded cane that acts as a whip or the rifle spear concealing a blunderbuss within the weapon. A lot of weapons would fit right in with Ruby's universe with how they work and look. Not at all, actually.
No, they don't.
A lot of these weapons, not to mention that for some of them, would have the coolest transformation sequences when used mid-combo.
Ah, yes. Real cool. This text.
Very
Wow.
cool, yeah.
These words look really great.
Amazing.
Wow.
For now,
Such
I'll
an
try to
amazing-
update this story once a week with new chapters. Edit notes. I have improved the punctuation and grammar. And I plan on rewriting this chapter in the
Not
future
enough.
since this is obviously my weakest chapter. Although it could be just the fact that I don't have Ruby in here as much as my OC. No, author, I can wholeheartedly say that this is definitely a very weak chapter. Because not only am I not interested in anything that's going on in this story, but I am actively disinterested. You have actively made me consider to never read that section again. Why didn't Velvet mop the floor? Yeah. Anyway, you know what? There's always more, and it always gets worse.